Alright, I have gotten confirmation that I am live. Hello, everybody. I'm Pythonicus, and I'm here to provide you with your daily dose of Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, a very underrated game released in 2006 on the PSP. Uh, and with me, I've got good friend Iridescence.
Yeah, I'm back again for the third time this week.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa.
So yeah, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. This game is highly underrated, and I hope to show you why that is, because this speedrun is it's a load of shenanigans, really. So, we're playing the new game category, and yes, I am loading a game. Thing is, for the purposes of running this game, you have to start a save profile, and I've just gone ahead and done that already. So, I'm also going to be playing on normal difficulty, which is the highest I can at the moment. And once I press this button, the timer will start. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So, Portable Ops was the first Metal Gear Solid game on the PSP, and it shows. So basically, they used a stripped down version of the MGS3 engine to make this, and yeah, the PSP really wasn't equipped to handle it. So
It tried its best. Um, it was more the control scheme that suffered than the game itself. Like, the game looks okay. It runs just, but the controller is kind of weird, and Python plays this game in like a claw grip,
that's right. So
and good luck.
So, full disclosure, I am not playing this on a PSP. I am playing this on a PlayStation TV, which is basically a Vita put in a case and made not portable, basically. It is the easiest way to capture this game, even if it's a little expensive. But I am playing this on a DualShock 3 controller, and I am using a claw grip, because I played this back in 2006, and this is just what I'm used to.
Yeah, so you'll know Python mentioned earlier it's like Metal Gear Solid 3 Lite. So look at this. You might recognize the bump roll from the MGS3 run a little while back. We're gonna be doing a lot of those.
Oh yeah,
This game is full of them.
that is basically our main method of dealing with most of the guards throughout our path through the game. But yeah, Dare accepted and complete, Apache. So this first mission is a bit of a strange one. We're actually going to be visiting 2 locales in the same mission because they've got to introduce the whole thing. But once we get out of this first mission, we're going to have access to a truck and be able to go anywhere we want. So basically that just means we're going to go on the most direct critical path.
Yep. So you'll notice rolling is a thing. We use that to traverse small gaps. We use that to bump roll the guards. And the end of each mission, or at least each objective, is marked by a red square. You just have to enter that red square to progress whatever it is you're doing. In this case, we needed to find a radio to call home.
Yep. So, back in the prison cell, we picked up not only a sneaking suit, but also our tranquilizer pistol, which will become a handy tool throughout the run. We're going to be trying to do this mostly non-lethally. I say mostly because, depending on how the run is looking at a certain point, I may just decide to kill a boss, maybe. But yeah, past that, we're going to be mostly non-lethal here. So this is the crux of the game. We have a briefing screen in between each mission, in which we can prepare for the next mission, should we need to. We're going to be trying to minimize the amount of time we're in that briefing screen, basically. This is not aided by the fact that the menus have quite a lot of like input delay and tend to eat a lot of inputs. So we're just going to try and fight that as best we can.
Yeah, the menus aren't the greatest feeling things in the world. So when Python does a really fast, crisp menu, trust me, it's way harder than what he makes it look.
Yeah, this is about probably like 5 or 6 months of just playing this game fast. So, this next mission, we're going to have to do something really, really tricky, and it may result in an alert. Basically, we're going to try to grab a guy from around a wall, just in time before he actually calls it an alert. And it's pretty finicky. It's a really touch and go thing, but it also happens to be the fastest. So,
Yeah, so we're gonna try and grab. His name's Johnny. In this game, you have the option to recruit um, guards and let them join your army. Most of them are random. However, this guy's name will always be Jonathan, and he is always going to be on our team, no matter what. He has no choice.
he has literally no choice. So we're gonna actually drop him down to the ground level here and punch the air a couple times. Oh, where are you? There we go. So, this is how you recruit members in Portable Ops. It's real slow, so we're not going to do that a whole lot. In fact, we're only going to go out of our way, rather, to recruit 2 people. Johnny plus 1 other, and we'll get another guy at some point along the way. But,
Yeah, so
go ahead.
the truck is the main way to recruit guards, but in the next mission, the game will teach you that you don't have to play as Snake. You can play as Johnny, and that you can use your friends on your squad to help you recruit guards. Whenever you start a mission, whoever you're not playing as will take up positions around the maps, hiding in cardboard boxes. If you drag an enemy to said box, they will take him the rest of the way to the truck.
Yeah, but that's still slow, so we're only going to do it once. And that's only because, after a couple missions time, we're going to have something called the spy unit come into play. And the spy unit, we need at least 1 person in a unit in an area to potentially get spy reports, but it's completely random, and it's a big pain in the neck. So by grabbing 2 people, we're going to be literally doubling our effectiveness at getting these spy reports in a timely fashion. But this run, we're really going to be doing as minimal as possible to complete the game. Like usually the game expects you to grab loads of soldiers, build up your base, build a bunch of items, do this, that, and the other. We're barely going to do any of it. So as far as story goes, Snake busted out of prison and met up with a Green Beret named Roy Campbell. And together they stole a truck, and they're trying to figure out why the Fox unit, which, by the way, the Fox unit is behind this thing, but they're trying to figure out why the Fox unit did this. But first we've got to cure Roy of some tropical malaria, because we're in Central America, and that's a thing. So that's this mission and the next going to cover that whole story beat. But what I just did there to kind of knock that soldier out was called the 180 bump grab, which I know it sounds a lot like a skateboarding term, but it's really not. And as Iridescent said, we're gonna drop this guy next to a box, and you know, he's just gonna carry the dude all the way back to the truck. I was trying to avoid that ammo, but it just kind of bounces around randomly. So in this game, each character on the field only has 4 slots for inventory, so we really do have to actually manage that. We're going to be doing most of that in the briefing menus, because dropping items in the field is both slow and, well, if you drop an item on the field, you know not going to have that item anymore, so...
Also, you're on the risk of it hitting the floor and just bouncing straight back into you and picking it up again. That's always great.
Yep.
So why Python does some menus here. I'm going to explain a little bit about the run. We run on the PAL version of the game, and there is a few reasons for this. One of them is that there's a couple of quality of life changes that allows the game to automatically grab a ledge if you're falling. On the US version of the game, you have to manually do that, and it's really difficult to time. A combination of incredibly low frame rates and camera angles and everything makes it super difficult to do, and it'll come in handy a little while. And also another change that happens with the power version is we can use some guards to open some doors much later on in the run, which saves a whole bunch of time that we don't want to waste.
So the one downside actually to running on the PAL version is that the loads are slower as compared to the US and JP releases. But honestly, the benefits way outweigh the detriments.
Oh, yeah. So in that mission, you would have noticed in the top left-hand corner there was a picture of a chameleon. That means that the person we are playing as is successfully disguised. He's wearing the same outfit as the guards in the level, so as long as you're not doing anything suspicious like rolling or shooting or something, the guards will ignore you.
I'd also like it to note that climbing ladders, that's super suspicious, guys. No one here will climb a ladder. It's just not allowed. And it will break disguise for whatever reason.
Yeah. Ladders are just... These guys just don't know... They're all elevator people or cherry pickers. Who knows? But not a ladder.
Never ladders. So hey, Roy is cleared from his malaria. And we've actually now got our access to the spy unit. This first one is always a guaranteed on the first wait, or the first passage of time, so that's pretty helpful. So, time passes in this game if you do a mission or if you wait. You have 3 wait commands in your briefing menu, and it'll pass time 12 hours, or from day to night, or vice versa. And that's going to be the main way we're going to try and get these spy reports, because loading into a map and doing a thing is pretty slow. Especially if you don't have something to do in that map. But if we actually run out of waits on the briefing menu, we do actually have to enter a mission and exit back out, which wastes a fair chunk of time. So... there is a med kit on one of the boxes behind me. I'm not gonna pick that up. I don't need it. It's slow. Gotta go fast.
HQ. This is HQ.
But yeah, the spies in this game can really, really just not help you if they so choose. Hey, our second recruit got back from the brig. His name is Snail, apparently. That doesn't sound very fast.
Oh no, not again. He could be that snail from that movie where they're like NASCAR snails.
Oh gosh.
I can't remember the name of that movie, but so Snail, he's gonna join our team. He's on the spy team, or at least he will be.
Yeah, that is.
This mission is a joke, by the way. That's the whole mission, except
corners are a pain sometimes. Nothing here. But yeah, no, this mission, it's literally just right around the corner. Just like that car passing through my freaking neighborhood. Don't mind that, it's fine. Everything's fine. Anyway. Snail's specific purpose in our unit is to be a spy. He will never do anything else until way later. And we got our first spy report, which is actually really good luck. So we're going to move Johnny down to the research lab, which is the next place we're going to need him. So on the Diversionary Ops, which, by the way, we're now diverting troops from that rail bridge. On the 3 Diversionary Ops, we can do something text skip. Now, normally these missions will have a briefing blurb. But if you're just kind of mashing triangle, you can skip through it, as long as the last thing you did was, like, read the spy report or move soldiers around. if you do a wait or if you do a mission in between, it won't work. We're gonna hug
It's
this.
such a weird interaction.
It really is. So, in order to avoid the alert on this mission, all you have to do is really just hug the left wall and then cut back into the truck. And by the way, I just blew myself up and no one seems to care. It just, you know what? It just kind of happens.
Yeah, old mate guard there, he must see that. He must have seen some stuff. Because if that truck blowing up didn't even phase him,
Oh, man.
like, that's some good spy luck.
Heck yeah. So I would actually prefer having a research lab last. That way I could move my second spy into the research lab, which is beneficial because it'll cut down the amount of menuing I'll have to do later. But you know what? As long as I get the spy reports, I could give a care less. So this time on the research lab, we're going to be playing a snake. And we're not going to be disguised, and it's not going to be an issue. Because as long as we only roll twice up those ramps... never mind. This guy is a hero. What? Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. Apparently, I just climbed that ramp too quickly.
We went too fast.
Went too fast. So, like a lot of MGS games, this game is very based, so we have to manage our cycles as best we can. You know what? I'm just gonna leave Johnny where he is and have my inputs eaten. And Snail is... Oh God, Snail is letting me down. I'm gonna go ahead and move Johnny in that case. So yeah, this is what happens when you use all three wait commands and you don't have the spy report you're looking for. And this is why it's slow. There we go. So, there are four diversionary ops around San Geronimo Peninsula that you can take part in. We only need to do 3, and so we choose the fastest 3 to do. In fact...
I thought this was a slow run. Why would we do the fastest?
Reasons. But leaving the 4th one undone is actually a good thing as well because of a strat we're going to be doing back on the rail bridge once we cross that again. Or, well, actually cross it this time, I suppose. So to manage cycles on this one, just drop down into that pit slowly and then climb back up. That way that guard that just passed over to my left, he doesn't care. And set the TNT right inside this doorway after knocking this guy on his ass, and you know, he lives. Otherwise,
And he doesn't care.
Yeah, otherwise he dies. So you know.
Also, Snake is fireproof. The second the mission ends, Snake can no longer take any damage, so it just looks really stupid.
Yeah. Snake basically becomes a non-entity once you finish whatever objective you're on. It's kind of funny. So, Railbridge 2. Railbridge 2, even. This one's got a pretty neat strat. We're going to use our Mark 22 as a distraction in order to get a guy out of our way. Because Snake has ESP, and he knows just around that corner is a guy.
The enemy's here.
And if we hug this left wall, he can't hear us, and he's too busy trying to figure out what the heck just happened. So we can slip by unnoticed, scot-free. And so the rail bridge is a very tiny map, and we're going to be visiting it 3 times throughout the run. And it's always going to be pretty quick. Now you guys want to give me spy reports. I don't actually need that. Why did I just do that? So like I said, we have 4 total slots of inventory, and we need to clear 2 of them out for this mission, because we're going to grab a weapon that we won't be using forever, and a very important item that we'll be using for the rest of the run. So, we're going to try not to get hung up on geometry around here, climb this ladder, And around this crate up top, there's going to be our weapon that we're going to be needing for way later. We could just dive off the roof. Now, I'm going to specifically waste a little bit of time here in taking this guy down. Didn't mean to waste that much time, but whatever. That way, the guy behind him doesn't give us anything. And then we can get into the ship.
PSP aiming is hard.
Yeah, well.
Like, the resolution of those iron sights is not fun.
So if I drop to the bottom level of the ship on this side, the mission would progress and get closer to finishing, but I don't want to do that because this is a cardboard box, and as anyone who might have played Metal Gear in the past knows, cardboard box is a rather important thing, and we need it. Like, absolutely need it. No anythings about it.
Yeah, it's you didn't see it in my run, but you would have seen it in Raichu's. In most Metal Gear Solid games, the cardboard box has one use or another.
In this game, it has tons of uses, and it's great. Because this game runs on a stripped-down version of the MGS3 engine, there is a ton of shenanigans you can pull with it. And we're going to be taking full advantage of it throughout the run. In fact, the next mission is going to show off it's pretty much exclusively just cardboard box strats, and it's great.
Oh, and if you thought the MGS2 guards were stupid, wait till you get a load of these guys.
So, the next mission is actually locked behind a spy report, so we're going to have to swap our spies around, and this is why I would have rather have them have stayed in the research lab. Because we're going to have to put them one stage below, or sorry, a few stages. My word. It's closer, is what I'm trying to say, but we need them in the security base. And grab that spy report, and that's what we need to progress. And it's a good thing they're going to be staying in the security base for a good long while, because in a couple more missions' time, we're going to need them there again. And we don't have to move them in the interim. So, like I said, the security base is almost entirely cardboard box strats, and it's hilarious. So we're going to go ahead and rush basically straight at this guy. We're going to bump into him, equip the box, open the door. He's going to get real confused. We're going to go straight towards this guy. We're going to bump into him, get back in the cardboard box. He's going to get real confused. We're going to take the box off to get up this ramp because cycles. We're going to turn this corner about halfway to the store. We're going to re-equip. We're going to go through the door. And we're going to grab the item. And hey, that's the mission done.
The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Oh yeah, they were attacked. Their psyche was definitely hurt by being touched inappropriately by the cardboard box.
But I love that stage.
Snake accidentally brushed one of their hands on the way through. He wasn't a fan of that.
So, I need to take that M6 we picked up in the harbor off, because we're going to pick up another weapon here. We're going to be using it immediately in this mission, because this mission is actually going to be our first boss fight. But to start off, we're actually going to be climbing down this incredibly long ramp by hugging the right side mostly. And again, this is because of cycles. If I didn't do this, there's a guard in the next room who will spot me as I enter through the door, and there's a cutscene that happens here. And while the cutscene plays, the guards can move around, so it's bad, and it'll cause an alert. Then I'm gonna roll right about here, dive underneath this laser gate, which is invisible because we're not using thermal goggles. But trust me, it's there. It'll cause an alert if I go through it. It's happened. We're gonna roll again. Kind of shimmy our way through here. We're going to climb up this ladder.
What? Huh?
So, again, when the cutscenes are playing, guards can move. So, what I'm going to try and do is enter this one through a roll. That way I'm a little further into the room, because there's a guy on the left side of that door who can and will spot you if you do not roll. And by spamming triangle there during the call, I can actually vault the railing and get on the other side. Don't do that. Okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. So we're going down to the basement, and we're going to be plopping a TNT on a mission critical target.
Be careful with it, though.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Gotta be careful.
we gotta be careful. We can't just go plopping it down willy-nilly. But after we plop this down, it'll actually start the trigger for the boss fight. And the boss is named Python. I can promise you, 100%, that I am not named after this boss. Yo, it's Marlon. So, Marlon Hate in chat there, he was responsible for a good chunk of the strats. In fact, he was the one who helped... Well, he's the one who fleshed out the cardboard box strat in the security base. After a stupid idea of mine. So, big shoutouts to him. Also, this is Python. We're really just going to shoot him in the face with the most Nagat until he falls asleep.
So one really odd interaction that the PAL version exclusively has is if you're in the first person mode and you look down, Python cannot hit you with this machine gun. He just can't.
I'm gonna have to correct you on that one. It's not PAL specific, but all runs are done on PAL anyway. So basically, what's happening is that we're shifting our hitbox down, and he's aiming directly at our face. So hey, you know that text skip? We can do it at the airport too. Andy. But yeah, this route that I'm running right now is the brainchild of a few people. So Marlon, Mini Omega King, and Royal Suit Alice all kind of came together on a video they found of someone speedrunning, a Japanese speedrunner who did this game. And they kind of refined the route into something much more stylish, I think. I don't know. I never actually got the chance to look at the original run they based this off of. But yeah, big shoutouts to all three of them. I'm just the idiot who does this in a single segment because before then it'd been mostly multi-segment runs.
The enemy's close by.
So the airport is a very simple mission. We just got to get up to the top of the air control tower and interrogate a guy.
We require a translator. Does anybody in the chat speak scared? Because I don't know. Can someone translate this guy for us? I've been having a hard time of late understanding him.
You guys got that?
Yeah. Did you catch that, Python?
I mean, I don't know, man. It just sounded like screaming to me.
I'm sure he's trying to say something.
Yeah, probably. So once again, we're going to drop that bottom item in our inventory because we're going to pick up another weapon that we're going to use for another boss fight in this mission. So the weapon is an RPG. And the boss is not a mech boss. It is in fact a human. And I did mention that we're going to try a non-lethal all of pretty much everything in this run. And so this boss doesn't actually count as a kill. So we're just going to use that fact to exploit his weakness to explosions in the kneecaps. And in case you didn't know, Metal Gear was secretly a platforming series, and Snake's Revenge had it right all along. Oh, that was a bit sticky. So, what was supposed to happen there was I was supposed to land a little further away and have him not hear me land, so that I could bump roll him out of the way. But, you know, things happen. So, hey, go ahead.
Luckily, that was at the end of the mission. You can go just pick up the RPG and be on your way.
Yeah. So the mission square is trigger for this boss fight. And we're going to stalk around this corner, impact him directly with the first rocket, and then we're going to aim towards his legs. And I have
Tsushinoka was already gone.
Yeah.
Sarge.
So I have a visual cue to note when to fire on this idiot. And that's when he lifts the his left leg or screen right, and that's when his iframes more or less wear off. But it takes 7 rockets, and with good aim and good luck, you can actually just blast him back constantly. And that's null. We'll probably see him again. Maybe. I've got this feeling.
I don't know, man. He took like 7 rockets to the feet.
Eh,
Kind of mad.
I'm sure he's fine. He's the perfect soldier.
Yep.
So,
He's so perfect that he just can't deal with rockets.
I mean, who can, honestly? So, Snake got captured, and what better place to look for him than the last place he was? So we're going to send Johnny. So this mission plays out a little differently. We're going to actually roll up this ramp because the cycles can be adjusted for it. We're going to 180 bump grab this guy and choke him out. Note that you can't actually kill someone by choking them in this game, and I went for a dumb strat that was probably never going to work.
What's that?
I'm gonna get an alert here, and it's gonna be bad. Oh, okay, I saved it.
The save. Yeah, no oof strats today.
Yeah, so if you roll over that railing from a specific distance, you'll be close enough to grab that pipe underneath. And as we said earlier, PAL you can just grab instantly onto the things below you if you're close enough. If you misjudge the distance, though, you can fall all the way down. Jonathan goes oof and dies. So I tend to call it just oof strats. It saves very little time. It's mostly just for swag. So, the game expects you to actually send your spies out into a dragnet and find where this very important document is, but we know where it is, and we can just go there and grab it. And this is beneficial to us because we don't have to wait for spies, and also, there's a guard outside if you get the spy report who can see through your disguise. But if you don't get the spy report, he just moseys on inside and patrols around here instead, where he is much easier to deal with. Yeah, and Mini Omega King actually found this on accident, which is a trend with the with the PSP games in specific. Both Portable
What,
Ops,
that they're an accident?
the strats were found on accident or lazily just kind of bumbled into. But yeah, both Portable Ops and Peace Walker have instances of that, and it's actually rather hilarious. Anyway, we found where Snake's being held, so we're gonna go grab him back. Because, you know, that's just what you do. So anyone who's played this casually knows that this can be a little tricky to navigate. So I'm here to show you exactly how not amazed this actually is. So
Just ignore the house.
yeah, pretty much. So as Johnny, we are disguised against literally everyone else on this map, so we can take this bottom path down here, down this alleyway. And through this door, down this ramp, through another door, and there's the mission square. And hey, we got Snake back. Good job, everybody.
And somebody riding their ride on lawnmower.
I do apologize about the background noise. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, unfortunately. So, we need to take that TNT off, and I'm going to check. I did not get any extra RPGs from my spies. Which is, that's another function the spies can do, is they can find you ammo around. Rarely. But, yeah, it's not a big deal. Usually we go into this with whatever we got left after null anyway. But we're going to need that RPG, because in this mission, we're going to meet Metal Gear. But first, we gotta actually make it into the hangar. So we're gonna equip our Mark 22. We're gonna go around this corner a bit, punch the air for no reason. Nab that guy, take a distraction shot on those rafters, and if we've done it quickly enough, which we have, we avoid an alert.
The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Which leaves us free and clear to get to the mission square and the boss fight. Metal Gear in this game is a very, very big departure from what you might be expecting to see. You know, like Metal Gear Rex, Metal Gear Ray, they're pretty standard mech affairs. This is not.
This is a flying mushroom. So anyway, what Python will be doing here is shooting between Rasha's legs. The game wants you to destroy all her legs, but somewhere along the way it was found that if you shoot between their legs, the splash damage can hit multiple legs, which is beautiful. We want all the legs destroyed before she'll flop on over.
Yeah, when she flops over, that's going to start the second phase of the fight. But for that, we need to destroy all 4 legs and have her land. Which I believe should be happening right about now. I'm going to grab some extra ammo that I don't actually need here. Yep, there she goes.
Yeah, she's on flop. And she destroyed that box, which is great. It means it won't be in our way.
Nope, that's definitely in our way.
Oh, it's a different box. So, what Python will do here is he's going to... Is she ever going to open up her wings? Alright, so she's going to shoot in the middle of the 2 diamonds, and you can hit her twice, and destroy both the wings, and if you're lucky, he'll be able to get it here.
Not quite.
Ooh, not quite. So, we'll take one more phase, pick up some ammo. Sorry about the screen brightness, it's just what it is. And that's the end of Russia.
Not quite.
No,
One small sliver of health. It's great. But that's that.
There we go. Russia is donezo. I don't think we see Russia ever again.
Not technically. Not in the run, at least. So yeah, Marlon was using a strat which involved planting TNT very specifically on the legs. Also, can I get an F in chat for Johnny? Because
Johnny died, Rustwing Snake.
He's totally dead right now. But yeah, no, Marlon was using a very, very difficult strat using TNT. And then I came along and remembered something I did about, what was it, 13 years ago? Where I literally just shot the RPG at Rasha's, like, in between Rasha's legs, and it works. There we go. So we need 2 spy reports here. We need one from the silo entrance, and then we're going to need one from the area that's just above it, which is the ravine. Hey, that was good luck, at least. So, after that, the spies are officially done, and we can move them out of that spy unit. And they're going to sit where they are right now for, well, for hopefully the rest of the run, but if things go a little sideways, then I'll have to move them again.
We move them out of the spy unit so they don't drop spy reports, because beyond this point, they're a waste of time.
Yeah. And we're going to need them in the technical unit anyway to build something for us in a couple missions, so it's best just to move them now. And so this is Ravine. Usually it's a pretty serpentine path, but we're going to do something incredibly stupid. We're going to line ourselves up, brush against that rock, and just barely catch against the ledge there. And that's Ravine. And I promise you that jump is exactly as scary as it looks. If you're even the slightest bit off, you will just straight fall to your death.
And Snake is no stranger to falling down ravines. He's done it before. He will do it again.
So yeah, now that we've made it through the ravine, we can go to the power substation. I'm actually going to check my inventory. What am I looking at? I can get rid of that. So we're going to go to the power substation, and this is the first of 2 trips, because, like I said, we're going to need our technical unit to make something, and that something is a time bomb, because we're going to try and blow up an electrical breaker here to open up a door back at the silo entrance. But that door's on a backup generator, which activates in like 5 minutes, so we need to not be here and try and do that. So we need a time bomb instead. So I rolled up twice on that ramp, specifically so that this guy to my left here, that I'm going to look at, was looking towards a wall, so that I could mount this ladder and climb up scot-free. And this is the most recent discovery for this game. It happened about 2 or 3 months ago. Oh no! Okay. Whew.
Thank God for PAL version.
Right. Anyway, ignoring that, Minnie had another idea, which Marlin investigated and found that this is in fact faster than what we had been doing previously, which is going around the entire map and getting in here. Oop, get in the door. But yeah, you can just climb that ladder, get in through the rooftop, and you're fine. So, yeah, now we need that time bomb, and our tech unit is just about as random as the spies. Usually it takes us one mission exit to get, so I'm not too surprised that this is happening. This is almost baked into the route at this point. Sometimes they can do better. Most of the time it's just this, though.
The idea is that the more people you have in your technical unit, the faster things get developed. We only have old mate, and he's doing his best.
Yeah, so
We only have 2 people.
work has begun on a time bomb, which means work has finished on a time bomb, so we can go back into the power substation now. And we're going to go take the exact same path, except this time there's a few changes. That guard that we avoided by rolling up this ramp is now patrolling. So we're going to have to land a little further away from the ladder in order to avoid his detection. So we can just box up the ramp this time. And something we didn't mention about the box is that it actually does negate movement speed detriments from terrain.
Yeah, it ignores the slow running animation. They only programmed one running animation for the box, and so when you use a box up a hill like in MGS3, it will play that animation with that specific movement speed, and that is it. It will not slow you down.
Yep. So on this round, we're gonna take the central kind of central rooftop doorway instead, and just make our way down to plant the time bomb. And I hope you're ready for another boss fight, because well, we got another boss fight. And it's our favorite friend, the perfect soldier who got exploded a bit. And you don't win any prizes if you guess how we're going to deal with this again.
Who is this guy? I swear I've seen him before.
Oh, that's an
Oh, he
interesting
ran.
boss.
That's bad. Him bouncing towards you is not good. We want him to go away from us.
That's fine.
Because the blast radius of the RPG for self-harm or like splashback damage is it's humongous.
It's pretty ridiculous, yeah. But yeah, I've borked this loop enough times to where I can kind of back it up a little bit, thankfully. But that's Null 2 down. He won't be bothering us again, I promise. He remembers now. So hey, I hope you really enjoyed all of the stealth action, because that's all about to change, and I'm going to remove that because we no longer need it. I don't actually need to remove it now, but I'll have to remove it at some point, so might as well be now. So hey, remember how I said Metal Gear was a platforming series? Yeah. So, this mission is going to look a lot like the first time we ran through this area. We're going to just run up the ramp instead of boxing for cycles. And we're going to be doing some, well, platforming. Oh, that's interesting.
Just wanted to point out that this coming up roll sucks. We're gonna sleep this guy.
The enemy is close by.
Well, we're gonna try to sleep this guy. There
So-
we go.
HQ.
Normally we don't do that, but since I kind of screwed up.
Control. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
That roll sucked. I cannot explain how much to you that roll sucks.
It really does, though.
Enemy sighted.
It is being played on a PS TV come out. It's a PSP game, however, it was released digitally for the PS TV at some point.
The game exists on the PlayStation because well, the PSP was like between the PSP and the PS3, those were like the first consoles that had the functionality. So they chucked basically everything they had at it, which includes this game. And
I tell
thankfully,
you what they didn't include: Metal Gear Acid, and it makes me sad.
yeah. But yeah, this game, thankfully, the Vita can play it, and that's basically what the PS TV is a Vita in a box. So hey, this mission is actually one of the trickiest in the run, and I've already screwed up, so I'm going to restart.
Yep, the PS TV is literally a Vita's hardware in a box with a HDMI output instead of a screen. That's what it is, and it has a couple of USB ports, I believe,
Yep,
or
well,
at least a USB port.
a single USB port, yep. So, this mission is going to be the culmination of literally everything else we've done in the run. We're going to box up ramps, we're going to grab and drag soldiers, and some other shenanigans, we'll see. But I actually do have to be behind this guy somewhat so that I can grab him and drag him, not do what I did.
I mentioned about half an hour ago we can abuse the PAL version where guards can open doors by dragging them to them. If we couldn't drag that guard to the door and open it, we have to go find a key card, and that's so much effort.
Yeah,
And for this door, we're gonna call somebody and ghost danced, which is bad luck, but oh well.
yeah. So, to get the key that opens that door normally, it does actually require some actual intended platforming. So we don't do that. It would add about another minute to the
The enemy
run,
is close by.
for literally no reason.
HQ.
So we're gonna box up at this corner, and then we're gonna bump 180 grab.
The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Open this door, drop this idiot, and continue on our merry way. So here,
Now, grand quest to get some chaff grenades.
yeah. So underneath this little
The enemy is close by.
weird crate situation going on, I don't know what the deal is with this, but we're gonna get some chaff grenades and instantly drop one. Then we're gonna equip our Mark 22. We're gonna auto aim,
What's that?
hit that corner, grab this idiot, open this door, drop this idiot off, and we're pretty much away scot-free at this point. So, we need a key card from this room, which also has cameras in it, but we already have a chaff running, so... Oh, God! Okay. Oh.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, you count your blessings. That was intended. We wanted to land on the rail. We knew it would spit us back onto the platform.
Definitely.
Don't worry about it.
So I've been avoiding medikits like the plague up until this point, but we're gonna need some. Guaranteed. So we pick up those. But yeah, that's Silo Complex. It's a very stressful mission, actually. So here, we're finally going to put on the M63 we picked up so very long ago. And you know what? I am actually going to move these guys again. So, another benefit to waiting on the briefing menu is that it will refill your stamina and health. And the more people you have in your medical unit, or rather the better skilled people you have in your medical unit, the higher you can raise your stats back up.
We almost got full, so...
Yeah, if you have nobody in there, it'll only get you about a third of your health through all 3 weights. 1/3 for a total of 3 weights. But by having some more people in there, we can get a little bit more health out of it.
So, we're on an elevator,
We're on an elevator.
and I'm not sure if you guys like elevators, but how do you like elevators with hoverbike scooter thing bosses that try and shoot you a lot?
I don't know about you, but I just want to sit here. And by the way, this is going to definitely meet our quota for shots fired. So we're going to sit here and never move and just shoot at Cunningham. Now, I do want to be tactically reloading by unequipping and re-equipping, because reloading the M63 is incredibly slow, and we really just don't have time for it. So, yeah, this is a boss. We're just going to sit here, and, you know,
We shot exactly 300 bullets.
that's pretty cool. But yeah,
Boss is dead now.
so that does actually count as a kill. it's going to be our only kill on our stats. To do that non-lethally, it's pretty much the same thing, except instead of just plugging away with the M63, we'll swap out to the Mark 22 and do pretty much the same thing anyway. So we're on the final mission. Time will be on the very final hit of this boss. And this boss is a huge pain. Iridescence, if you could please try and explain as much as possible while I fight him.
Okay, this is Gene. You've not heard, and if you don't know anything about him, don't worry, neither do we. At least in terms of this run. So, we need to kill Gene. Gene is bad. He wants to launch nukes. So we're going to shoot him. But he's going to dodge. He's got some telepathy. We're going to shoot him a few times so we break it. He's going to eventually run to a corner and start throwing daggers at us if he ever wants to throw daggers. Oh, okay. He's not going to do daggers. He's going to do his dash attack. So when he dashes, he's tired. We get a chance to put a few bullets into him. And by a few, I mean exactly one. He's going to punch us over. That's definitely intended. Alright, so we did another dash attack. We really want these dash attacks, but to not hit us. Because whenever he does dash attacks, it means it's a free headshot. And he's going to stab us, so...
Oh my word. I have forgotten! I forgot my medkits. I gotta go back to briefing. I was trying to equip the box because that's usually where my medkits are.
Gene is the best character in Bob's Burgers, Apache. The best character. However, this is not Bob's Burgers, so go home.
I can't believe I just did that.
Alright, so now we have medical kits. So we're going to try and break the telepathy again. It usually takes 3 to 4 shots, if I remember correctly. The dash is going to miss this time, which is great. We're going to pull out the Mosin and we're going to just shoot him in the back. We can't really hit him in the head with that angle.
Actually, the hitboxers are so generous that I actually did hit him in the head.
Oh, happy days. Alright, so we're gonna just walk around. Nice, we got a shot in. Got a couple of shots in. This is usually he just dodges or starts throwing knives at us. He can throw lots of knives. Like he has an infinite supply. Alright, so we're gonna dodge his dash. And once again we're gonna put a bullet in his head.
Seems I've underestimated you. But playtime is over.
He is behaving reasonably well. That's another dash. That's really good. Nice. He's almost done. So now he's going to do more knife throwing. Hopefully another dash. But if we hit him eventually, we will hit him. Eventually. There we go. Whenever he does an attack like that, he's vulnerable. So Python will time the attack when he throws the knives.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Oh,
dang
yeah.
it.
That's
We missed
one,
fine.
but that's okay. Alright, he's in telepathy again. We can't hit him. It takes 4 or 5 dodges. Like, it's... Alright, so he's gonna dodge.
This should be... No, okay.
One more.
One more no motion shot or a couple more Mark 22 shots.
Alright, so... One more Mark 22 shot should do it. I lied.
If Snake will actually hit him. Oh my god, Snake.
You might want to heal.
I was already on it, yep.
Alright, so,
Alright,
we're
so...
gonna just put the
time.
And that's time. Gene is asleep.
Yeah, that's a gigantic pain of a boss fight. It's incredibly random. But, you know, we got through it. After a mishap, but, you know, that kind of just happens.
Look, it happens. Look, David Hayter played Snake, but I'm pretty sure they didn't record any voice lines for this game. I think they just took them all from MGS3.
But, anyway, that was Portable Ops. It's a really fun game if you can get past the jank. Like, it's got a huge, gigantic crust of jank. It's kind of like a beef Wellington. If you can get past that salt layer and get into that meat, it's so good.
It's so tender.
But, that wasn't rehearsed, by the way. I just kind of did that. But yeah, no, I highly suggest giving this game a go. It's one of my absolute favorites. But if you do want to try your hand at running this game, I have actually written a guide that's on the MetalGearSpeedrunners.com website wiki. Go give it a look. I tried to be as comprehensive as possible. But, you know, Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. Thank you guys for watching. You've been a hell of a crowd. Iridescence, thank you for joining me.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'll be back again. Don't you worry. I'll be
yeah.
back again. I have one more game to talk about at some point. I don't know when that is. I should probably look.
That's tomorrow. Because I will.
Yeah, but
I too will be back.
but tomorrow is subjective between you and me due to our very, very balked time zones.
Yeah, well, look, it's fine.
So it might be the day after for me, to be completely honest.
But yeah, I'll be back in roughly 20 hours, and I'll be running MGS5 first ending any percent. Hope to see you there. But next up, we've got Horizon Zero Dawn, so stick around. I'm excited to see what this run's got. So, yeah. Thanks again.